Hola, hola, bienvenidos a tvosj.org, La Voz de San Joaquin. Welcome everyone to TVOSJ, the Voice of San Joaquin, right here off the Miracle Mile in Stockton, California. This is Pedro Ramirez with Sabor Latino. Thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate you in a big way. Hey, I wanted to give you some information of some of the things that are going to be happening here in the San Joaquin Valley. Let's see, first of all, Community Partnership for Families of San Joaquin is having their Multicultural Health and Resource Fair, and that's going to be taking place October the 5th, 2019, and that's at 10 a.m. So Saturday, right? This Saturday coming up. 10 a.m. in the morning till 2 p.m. at Lord's Gym City Center. New location is just down the street from, Hammer. I would say about 2 blocks going west. New location, Lord's Gym City Center, and that's 848 East Hammer Lane in Stockton, California, 95210. For more information, you can call them at 209-373-2481. Admission is free? Yes, free. Everybody loves freebies, and not only that, but I love this event. I used to be part of it. I used to help MC, and I have a booth there, and of course they invited me back, and I'm going to go visit them on Saturday and plug the radio. Let everybody know where we're at and what's taking place with the radio and what changes are about to happen. And this is, again, the Multicultural Health Resource Fair, and they're inviting everybody to come on out and enjoy the raffles, health education, nutritional information, community resources, entertainment from many, many cultures and more. Again, this is Saturday, October the 5th, 2019, from 10 a.m. in the morning till 2 p.m. at Lord's Gym City Center, 848 East Hammer Lane. And then the other event that I need to plug, and that's the San Joaquin County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, is inviting everyone to the 17th Annual Student Financial Aid and College Workshop, Awareness Workshop. And this is for Sunday, October the 20th, 2019. Registration begins at 8 a.m. and two high school students will be winning and taking home $100 scholarship. Oh, I love that. Okay. So for more information, you can call them for registration at the University of Pacific, 209-946-7705. You could also log on to www.icangotocollege.org. Everything's spelled out. Again, www.icangotocollege.org. Access to online free referral student aid, FASFA, with one-on-one assistance, filling out financial aid forms, also scholarship information, financial literacy, California Dreamers Workshop. Did you hear that, Dreamers? So invite your families and all your family members to come on out and be part of this event. Also, they're going to be covering college prep workshops for grades 6th grade to 12th grade seniors. Okay. Services available in multiple languages. So that means you. Yes, you. Love it. Sunday, October the 20th, 2019, at the University of Pacific, AG Spanos Center, and that is 1178 Larry Heller Drive in Stockton, California, 95211. Important information. And the other one is remembering and honoring Gold Star mothers and families. And, it looks like this event already took place. Darn it, we missed it. But still, I'd like for them to give me a call sometime so that way we can do an interview right here on your community radio station, the Voice of San Joaquin. All you have to do is give me a call, 209-467-4455. We'll figure out a time and a day to do an interview. Okay, because we want to know everything about the Gold Star mothers, okay? This is important, and I'd like to give you some airtime right here on Sabor Latino. So give me a call, okay? 209-467-4455, or you could come on by and visit me at 231 Bedford Road in Stockton, California. All right, next we're going to be calling Pedro Ramirez. And, of course, Pedro Ramirez is my friend, and he always is available for whenever we need to interview him. And I think he's just such a sweetheart because he always lends himself, and I think that's super. I mean, who doesn't want to be in contact with a professor, that is constantly out there as a leader and as instructor. And so, yeah, here we go. And we're going to be talking about Dia de los Muertos. So, hola, Pedro, ¿cómo estás? Welcome to TVOSJ, the voice of San Joaquin, right here off the Miracle Mile. En La Mía de Milagros. How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really, really good. Right now, I'm in Fresno with my father and taking care of him. And
how's he doing?
Celebrate Dia de los Muertos with Dad.
That's great with family.
Thank you.
That is great. And how's he doing? Is he well?
He's doing very well. Yeah, he's very, very sick, but we're sustaining him, giving him a good lifestyle, and he's actually getting stronger. We just can't take care of what he has, but he's very comfortable, and we're making him very comfortable.
Oh, that's special. This is quality time, Pedro. You do know that. Quality time with Dad.
Yes. I just gave him a back massage right now. He's going to be 92 on Sunday, so his back was hurting. So I give a back massage and let him rest a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure he's relaxed after that. That's cool.
Yeah, he is.
That is wonderful. So let's talk about Dia de los Muertos. Define it. Define it in your words.
It is the celebration that comes from pre-Columbian Mesoamerica, which are the indigenous peoples, the original inhabitants of this land that stem from, all the way down from tip of South America all the way to Alaska, from the East Coast to the West Coast of the United States, that celebrated, especially in Mexico, in Tenochtitlan, right?
Right.
Their antepasados being those who came before them. So they would commemorate them by building altars, recuerdos de ellos, Before the photographs, it would be their favorite things, like if they like popcorn, if they like aguacate, if they like,
and if they like,
yeah,
or the favorite beer, Dos Equis.
Exactly.
Or the bolillo.
In some cultures, they would actually, in South American cultures, some Mexican cultures too, in North American cultures, they would actually dig up the bones of their ancestors and go up and celebrate, and then dig them up and then wash them one piece at a time. All the parts, the femurs, the skulls, the skeletal part, to wash them and remember and talk about all the beautiful things that they did in their lifetime. And then they would wrap them back up and then bury the bones again. And, there's different ways to practice, Dia de los Muertos, not only in our continent, in the American continent, but all over the world with indigenous cultures.
Yes.
But it's a very powerful mechanism to remember your history, really,
What you're doing there, you're teaching the history of family history to your young ones, to the newer generation, and they're able to carry that into their kids' generation. And that's something that I think is so beautiful. That's why this altar is so important. It's imperative. People still don't understand why we celebrate it the way we do. They are now understanding it because, from 2 years ago, all of a sudden, Dia de los Muertos became big and everyone's curious and they want to come out and participate and learn of it and, be part of the event. Because, of course, the Mexican Heritage Center always has a Dia de los Muertos, and it's now not just a block, it is now blocks of entertainment, of vendors, selling all sorts of, different things, from Mexico and, skulls and, whatever, marigolds and Just things
Yeah.
that you can put into the altar of your loved one. But yeah, that is one way to remember. That's something that I wanted to do for my father, Chava Salvador Ramirez. Daddy was a líder, and they didn't call him la leyenda for nothing, and I want to do an altar for Daddy. And
Uh,
one of these years, I'm gonna actually do it, and with his picture and everything, and what he
yeah,
was
you
all
should.
about. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
have fond
because
memories of Dad, and I'm never gonna forget him. He lives in me, and so yeah, that is our way to remember our loved ones, and introduce them to other individuals that are, that do not know about them or what they have done in their lifetime.
very true. Very true. Even, favorite characters and things like that. There's a couple of things. One, with the onset of Coco, the movie by
Yes.
Disney, that was really produced by Mexican. Disney wanted to do the terrible thing of they wanted to patent word Dia de los Muertos, right?
Oh.
Words. Yeah. There was an outcry against that. They wanted to own the name outright, and
Oh.
that didn't happen.
No.
Uh, uh, it will get done, and but the movie was really beautiful, because the whole concept of los muertos is presented before us,
Yes.
and place that they go to is purgatory, right? And there you see the people who are well remembered and the people who are forgotten, people who disappear, right,
Right.
into that area of forgetfulness. And all cultures do that. History is full of people, in our country, people who are very important to us, the founding fathers and etc. That created the Constitution and developed our nation as it is today. The democracy that we have today. We remember those names, but there are also individuals who built, right, the infrastructure of the United States. The African slaves, who were they? The Mexican slaves, who were they?
Yes.
The people who were conditioned. Also, this is the second part, that were conditioned to believe that celebrating Dia de los Muertos was a paganistic act that one should not participate in, because remember you had Protestants
Right.
believe that anything outside of their religion was sacrilege, so that if you were calling upon the dead, right, then that was paganistic. But the truth is that it's a hypocrisy, because that's what we do in history. We call up the name of Abraham Lincoln. We
Right.
call up the name of George Washington,
You're so
John
right.
Adams, John Hancock, all those particular names.
Yes.
So my whole argument, as I was approached by this anti Dia de los Muertos, and it's still, not all the population is conditioned to believe in it, is to say, then why do we remember those people of the past? Such as, for example, one of the big names in the historical context of mankind, the spiritual context is Jesus Christ himself.
That's right.
I mean, and we even see him crucified on the cross.
Yes.
And we say he came back to us, right? In us, right? Through us, for us, right? And so we commemorate that death, right? In a spiritual manner. Why can't we do that with our own loved ones? Why can't we do that with, not to say that it would be on the level of a Jesus Christ, but I remember the first, and I have to say, I was conditioned to that too. Everything outside of Catholic, I didn't believe, and I was conditioned to believe that even the icons they put up of Saint Peter and Saint Luke, Saint San Francisco, and etc., that they were paganistic and they were worshiping idols.
Yes.
But it's not really what they're doing. What they're doing is they have the conduit to Jesus. They have the messengers to God. And I see nothing wrong with that nowadays. But when I first started doing De los Muertos in 2005, 2004, I did my first altar in Stockton, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
I never seen altars, but I never participated in them. And when I did it, I did my grandmother's on my wife's side, Guadalupe, Jimenez, I could feel the peace, and it was so magical to do it. And I called my father. I was so excited. I told him I did my father's grandmother, Elodia Ramirez.
Yes.
And they had, he's old school, Mexicano, and so conditioned to believe that I was paganistic that he didn't believe it, that I would do something like that. We got into a big argument. I remember thinking, what did just happen? What just happened, right?
Yes.
And the truth is, that happened to some students. I developed this through the Puente Project is a beautiful conduit in the state of California to culture, and because they practicing Dia de los Muertos, right?
Right.
And they're the ones that reintroduced it to me in a curriculum, and so we were able to participate in it. But when I had students that didn't want to participate in it because they said it was paganistic, that we were worshiping idols, that we weren't worshiping Christ, and so I gave them that freedom of choice of religion. But I explained to them, as I explained earlier, we do that already. But you need to decide when it's time for you. And if you don't, that's fine. You have that right to believe spiritually whatever you believe. But I think it's a very powerful conduit, into our past. And I think we need to not only remember our own families, but our indigenous icons, like for the women, it's the Coyoshauki. The Coyoshauki was found in the Templo Mayor, right next to the major temple in Mexico City, National Palace. I don't know if you've heard about that, Coyoshauki.
No, I haven't.
It's the Chicanos going to say, shoo! Remember that?
Okay.
Back in the day. When I first said it, I was saying it, Coyoshauki. But when I went there, a Mexicana there said, it's not Coyoshauki, it's Coyoshauki. And I said, Shauki? Like Shau? It's just, I see metal como Shau. And I said, wow, we've been saying that, and I have this whole theory of the filtration of culture through us, that we make sounds and give nicknames that are actually indigenous names. And like I would call my kids the torch leaves, right? Hey, you're my torch leaves, right? Mm-hmm. And it's that word is a Nahuatl word for rabbit. And it's in the Aztec, 20 days,
Yes.
That's on the sunstone. What is referred to as the Aztec calendar, which is not really the domain of the Aztec calendar.
Amazing,
it's really
Aztec calendar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really the sunstone, sunstone, and the middle face. But we need to remember those entities as well. The things that bring us life. The things that haven't died too.
Yes.
But the sun is dying all the time because it gives off energy. When you give off energy, you got cells, you got gases burning and dying off. We are in constant motion of dying off, And we actually, as human beings, do die. We don't live forever.
Right.
But our spirit continues to live, right? A soul ascends to wherever you think it ascends. It goes there. It will call it heaven. We'll say it goes to the red sunset, to the red road, to Creator. There's a lot of belief systems. We reincarnate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so, thinking of death as some human beings do, but thinking of those who have gone before us is even a more powerful thing to do.
Our ancestors, yes.
Yeah, our ancestors. I like to tell my students, that's really your quest. Because as Chicanos, we can go maybe to 1840s, maybe 1800s, but before that, it's all a blur,
Yes.
A lot of it was because of the colonization of our civilization that had records, but that those records were destroyed,
Yeah.
And that Templo Mayor that was by the National Palace in Mexico, by the Central Plaza, La Ciudad de Mexico, that they found right next to it and next to the major temple, not the Basilica, but the major temple in Mexico City, the major church there, the Catholic Church. It's right to the right-hand side of it if you're walking towards that church, or the left-hand side if you're in the church and walking out of it, was found, and that's where they found the Coyoshauki, who was a symbol of rebirth and rediscovery for the Americas. And not only for the Americans, but for Chicanos and Mexicanos and Latinos. I hate to use that word Latino X, they call it now, but the raza, that has lived here for centuries and centuries and centuries. It's the rediscovery of our culture, the piecing together of our culture. And by and large, that's what that movie Coco did. It put a piece of the puzzle for us in place, and it created a consciousness for our people to remember that you do have a past, you do have a grandparent, you do have a great-grandparent, you know? Because I talk to students, sometimes they don't even know who the great parents are, and I'm thinking, why don't you know that? You should know that, you know?
Yeah.
And you should know whether they came from Mexico, they came from Mexico, or they're Californians, or they came from Colorado, they came from Chicago, wherever they came from. You should know that. You should know where they were
Know
born.
your raíces, right? Yes.
Or in a house, in a barn, or a ship, you know?
Yes.
You know? Those are things that are part of our ancestry, and they're very important to our histories.
Right.
So Dia de los Muertos is very powerful, especially for the cultures that have been colonized, you know? And that goes through the Chicano culture, the Mexicano culture, and that also goes to the African American, the Asian American. It goes for all the indigenous cultures that come from different parts of the world that have been, you know, the downtrodden, you know, to rediscover their power in their histories, right?
Right.
And by and large, they have it. All the major cultures have it, you know. And so for us, it becomes a literary moment for us, really, if you think about it. You know, it becomes an expressive moment, a language that we hadn't had before. Now we have it. You know, we have Dia de los Muertos, the remembrance of our antepasados.
Yes.
So I really think that this celebration is very significant. That's why it's getting so big, and I hope it gets bigger and bigger.
And it is. It is. Last year when I went to it, I caught the end of it because I had several radio shows that day, and I rushed right after it, and I caught the very last, I would say maybe 30 minutes, and it was packed. It was a lot of people, and I thought, this is great. This is not only just one block; it is 4 blocks, and then there was also a car show, and there was a lot of car clubs, you know, interacting and just being part of the event, and just gave it that beautiful touch. I've always been into car shows, and ever since I could remember, you know, high school, even back then, I remember I almost got into a car club, but I didn't because I was so involved into the radio. I didn't have the time to do it, and I said either car club or radio. I said, well, radio's my future. So I picked radio. But I always had a love for that, and today I'm just so proud of so many of those car clubs that have been together for like 30, 40 years. That shows a dedication, and not only that, but the things that they're doing. They're, you know, supporting a lot of nonprofits and helping families and doing some positive things out there. So I love, and I try to get them to come in for an interview so that way they could put their information out there and let people know exactly what they're all about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
No, it's true about art clubs. You know, those are our expressions through art, through our vehicles. You know, I even saw a special on lowriders.
Yes.
In the Midwest, right? It was some crack up because they're working in like Wisconsin, right? There are lowriders going to the farm, and they would ask the wife, "Well, what do you think about that?" And they go, "Well, they like their cars, and they're really nice, and you know, they don't fight or anything. They just like to show their cars, just like, you know, some people have vintage cars." And, and you know what they liked about them the most is that, you know, a lot of those guys work in the farm, and they said they love the animals. They love what we love.
Exactly.
And that's what so they have the cars, they love the animals, and they said they're welcome in our country, you know. They're welcome, you know, and you know, I can remember when Boulevard Nights came out. I don't know if you remember that movie.
Oh, of course I do.
And everybody jumped on the bandwagon, started hating Laura.
Yes.
And I had a lot of friends in Fresno and Stockton and Bakersfield that were lowriders. And I'm like, why are they hating? You know, I even had professors tell me, well, look at them. They buy these batteries and they just waste their money. And I go, well, you waste your money too. You got a nice, They got a 1978 Cadillac.
Yeah, he's got a hobby.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
having a lowrider? And
So-
they put their own expression on it.
Yeah.
You know?
They're
Yeah,
just
they
more
put their own-
custom. They express themselves
Yeah.
through their car, and they're
It's a
very
custom
talented
job.
individuals. Yes.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
I see them on the motorcycles, the homeboys, and I'm looking at that, and I'm saying, man, they have Cesar Chavez.
Yeah. They have the Aztecs. They have the Mayans. They have all these beautiful murals on their cars. Cultura
Yeah.
everywhere. And
They have Popo and Iztaccíhuatl.
yeah.
And you know what's interesting right now is that Popo in Mexico City is a volcano. It's erupting right now.
Oh, I got to look into
it's
that.
erupting. Today it's erupting, man. They say it's really beautiful. But it's a whole story. It's a Romeo and Juliet story.
Yes.
The Popo Iztaccíhuatl, you know, he went off to war. He was a great Aztec warrior, and the girls all liked him. And this one girl told Iztaccíhuatl, he died. Sorry. You know, it's about 6 months later. And then he came back and said, where's Iztaccíhuatl? She just left to the mountain to kill herself. She thought you were dead.
Yeah.
So he goes up there. So he's weeping, right? You know, over her. He's carrying her.
Shouting to the top of the mountain, right? To the god.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
He's carrying her.
He is
she
carrying
had just died. And the story is that he ends up killing himself too.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
Popo weeping for her right there.
Yes.
You see him, the big mountain, and then her, she's laying down.
Yes.
The slender mountain, the long stretched out mountain. And so the mural is the mountain and the lady stretched out, and then him, he's holding her in his arms.
Yes.
Right? You know, that's Chicano, true Azteco, Mexica, true love.
Yes.
You know, how deeper can you get than that, you know?
Right.
And the homeboys, that culture filters through them in their cars and their tattoos. And I think it's a very powerful statement, a very powerful thing they do. Because they're really holding our traditions, you know?
Yes.
They're keeping our traditions. There's even a lowrider in the Smithsonian.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah, it's been there, man. They recognize it's art.
Yes.
It's a piece of expression. It's artwork, you know?
Yes.
And, I
An
haven't seen it
expression
yet,
of
but
themselves.
When I go to the Smithsonian, I want to see it, man. And I want to see it. You know, and actually, I've never seen a Dia de los Muertos celebration in Mexico. And I always leave too early, or I'm there afterwards. And I hear, and I know that it's the most beautiful thing in the cemeteries. You know, if you
Yes.
saw Coco, all the people with the candles,
Yes.
they say it's like that. It's truly magical, truly
Yes.
spiritual. And you really have a spiritual movement in your body when you go. And I got to participate in that one day.
You got to make
I
it a
will.
point to stay. Yeah. Stay a little
Yeah,
longer
man.
and enjoy it. I
Yeah,
also
that's
been in
it.
Mexico where I've seen the Cremeses, and it's a big festival next to the churches, you know, the Catholic churches, and it's by the plaza, and you know, it's such a beautiful sight. And that's something that
Yeah.
I do recall as a child. I was able to enjoy that because my mom had taken me to Mexico during the festivities, and so that's something that I do carry, and I'm glad that she did because she introduced me to our cultura. And I was just so elated to be able to be part of that, you know, at such a young age. And so,
Right.
yeah, I took away some beautiful memories, and I still carry them
Beautiful.
today. And I'm thinking maybe
Yeah.
we should do an event, a cremes or something too, around November, December, involving the
Let's do it.
mariachi. También, pues, ¿por qué no? We deserve that. Stockton deserves
We
that.
do.
Yes.
We do. And you know what they say about la cultura, right?
What is that?
La cultura cura.
La cultura cura, and that's true. Very true.
Culture-
I wish you had attended our event, the 5th Annual Chicano Community Program Radio Reunion and card show. Híjole, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
You know, I was taking care of my father here. And,
Yes.
And I told him, and he said, Mijo, hubieras ido. And I said, Dad, I'm taking care of
And
you.
I totally understood because daddy comes first. Family comes first. So,
La familia primero.
yeah, we always have it next year. So, hey, and if all goes well,
Yeah.
we're going to have it again there at Weber Point. We had such a beautiful lineup of local bands, and they outdid themselves. What a performance. We had the Aztec dancers as well. We had some that came from Oakland, Alameda County. Ay, hijo.
Wow.
One of them was a hummingbird, my favorite. Híjole. What a
the
performance.
hummingbird.
Jaw-dropping performance, Pedro.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The wheat
You could feel
clean.
it, the history, cultura, and everyone left with that. They were just amazed and said, you know what, we felt safe. Even though there's been tiroteros por donde quiera, the shootings,
Yeah.
we felt
Yeah.
safe and felt at home in Stockton.
Good.
And we had individuals that came from Patterson, from Sacramento, from San Francisco,
good.
and they're saying this. And I'm like, wow. And they're committed to attending next year. And I thought that is so beautiful to hear the attendees
Wow.
say
I-
that.
I truly, truly missed it. And let me tell you, I picked up a storm about what happens in Stockton, about the Chicano events that go on, and especially that one and the one that Ronnie puts on. I know that Ronnie does one too, and I missed them both, and I just felt so sad, but I felt so good that you guys were still going strong, and you guys had all this attraction from all over the Bay Area. Probably people from Fresno too. There's a lot of Chicanos here in Fresno that get out, and love going to the Bay Area.
Yes.
And Stockton, they love Stockton.
A lot of them traveled. They traveled from afar, and I was happy to see that and to hear the people make their comments. It's just priceless.
Awesome.
So next
So
year,
congratulations, guys, man, because you guys
thank you.
really, truly work hard. I'm so proud of your effort and your spiritual effort that you put out there, because it is a spiritual kind of movement that you're putting through. You're pushing the culture forward,
Have to.
and that's remarkable to me. That's
Yes.
beautiful. Yeah.
So, yeah, and then we had also Zapata dancers, of course, with the folkloric. Again,
Yeah.
cultura right there again, and it was just amazing. We had a little fashion show, and it was beautiful. Everything just fell in place. The car show was just out of there. Vintage cars like no other.
Oh.
Another jaw-dropping car show.
Yeah.
And so we really enjoyed it. We learned a lot. Of course, it's different from having an event, county versus city. Híjole, city is, están un poquito serios. And I'm just like, you know what? Just do whatever you can. Learn from this, and next year we'll make it better. And that's the
hope,
attitude we carried.
One agency I hope that really participated. Of course, my school, Delta College, I hope they were there. But I hope
Yes.
Fathers and Family of San Joaquin County was there. That's such a healing program, a healing entity.
Yes.
And of course, the Concilio, I hope they were there. And all the retired ex-professors from Delta College, the Chicanos that started it really, back in the day, I hope they would push the message forward. And I know that you guys put on a fantastic event. I truly missed it, man.
But next year.
One thing, the hummingbird, the way you say hummingbird in Nahuatl, the original language, Nahuatl, las siete aguas, las siete aguas.
Las siete aguas.
And I just went to the siete aguas. It's Colorado, it's Arizona, it's
Yes.
the siete aguas. It's where the Green River's at and where the Colorado River's at. And there's a few more rivers that run through there, and they run down to Aztlan, through Aztlan. Well, the Nahuatl is a language that the youth spoke in Utah, and also in our Aztec ancestors that migrated from that area went down to the Seven Waters and went down to the Mazatlán area and curved into Teotihuacan.
Yes.
Well, the way you say hummingbird is Huitzitzling.
Say it again.
We see sling.
We chichiching.
We see sling.
We see clean.
That's how you say hummingbird Nahuatl.
Interesting.
Oh, word. It's almost like you can hear that sound they make when they make a certain sound.
Yes.
It's sling.
Yes.
Right?
Such an amazing little bird. I actually caught one in my hand to save it because it was caught in a greenhouse. And I climbed his ladder and I got to him. Ornery little fella, because when I caught him, he weaseled his way out and left me his little tail in my hand. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I could not believe it. And then later in the days, he would come around. And I'm thinking, ornery little fella, but it was good to see him out there. I had his little tail feathers in my hand.
Your little friend.
and my little friend, and he was the most beautiful little hummingbird. I don't know how many hummingbirds I saved because they kept getting caught in this
beautiful.
greenhouse, and I kept saving them because I just did not want to see them die. And,
Beautiful.
they get caught in there and have no way out, do not know how to get out. And so here I go, saving them, the little hummingbirds. And so I have fond memories. This was in Colorado. But
in Colorado?
in Colorado, we actually had a greenhouse, and it was a pretty tall one. And birds kept getting trapped in there. And so I would save them.
Yeah.
But that's a memory that I have. The males are the ones that make the little chirping sound, and it's not the female, it's the males, the most beautiful, little hummingbirds. Of course, the males are always the most handsome looking.
Yeah, the nature.
But such an amazing little bird. Amazing.
It is. They are spiritual guides for us.
Yes.
And they're very symbolic. When my mother-in-law died, that was in 2010, Clara Navarrete, she actually was being buried, and right before they put her into the hole, the hummingbird flew over her coffin, and it went straight up in the air and disappeared.
Wow.
It just went
That gives me the chills. You know who that was? Spiritos.
it gave her
Angelitos.
chills.
Yes.
Yeah, my sister-in-law saw it. We were there with the last one. And then all of a sudden, it flew back down and flew all around us.
Wow.
It flew on the tree, and it flew around us, and it was looking at us, and it just then did it again. It went straight up in the air.
Again, that gives me the chills.
It did give me chills. It gave me chills.
Beautiful.
Right now, too. And those little animals are truly, truly, truly amazing. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's why I did everything I could to save them, when they would get caught.
Oh, yeah. You will be blessed. 10 times the amount that you saved each one. So that's a beautiful act that you did.
It was a beautiful time, too, because I was raising my little girls, and they were tiny little girls, and I told them, patience is so needed in people's lives.
Yeah.
And I remember telling them, just watch. We would go out in the bosque, and I would have, of course, little sunflower seeds in my hand, and I'd put out my hand, and I'd tell the girls, watch, and just try not to move, and just be patient. And sure enough, little birds would land on my hand and start to eat out of my hand. But this was after the little bird would circulate us and kept coming around, kept, trying to, sit on my hand so that way they could have some of the little sunflower seeds. But they weren't sure if they could trust. And finally, when they did that, the girls were so amazed. And I said, patience is a virtue, girls. Remember that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And those can be put up also, pictures of hummingbirds on altars,
Yes.
There's certain colors that you can put up. I know lavender is a very spiritual color. The color yellow for the marigolds,
The marigolds, yes. La flor.
Yeah, the marigolds and sushi. You can actually pick the leaves out. All this was taught to me by my students that came from Mexico y sabían cómo practicar, ¿verdad? En el Día de los Muertos. They knew how to act out the ceremony.
Yes.
So they taught me a whole lot of stuff, and they would get the marigolds and cut the leaves off, and start to be enough for the plant, and then they would put it in a cross, to symbolize the four directions, but also the cross, which is very powerful, and the four
sign of the Lord.
Four seasons. Number 4 is very important.
Yes.
In our cultural past. And there's actually 7, because we forget to consider not only the 4 cardinal directions, but we need to consider what's in front of us, what's behind us, what's above us, and what's
below us.
And those are some more directions, which are 3 more. There's really 7.
Total of 6.
7
yeah.
That's good. There's the color lavender. You know what's in front of me right now? It's never gas. It just flew in front of me just right now. I'm in the parents' front garden. A hummingbird.
A hummingbird.
A hummingbird came, and I have a bird of paradise flower.
Yes.
And it came right to it, and it looked at me, and then it said, "Well, I don't know if I want it." And then it just, but it was like, wow, it's like.
But that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah,
¿Ya ves?
it just came to me that.
Espíritus están hablando.
Yeah, that's it. The spirits are talking.
Qué
My
bonito.
wife, that it's her mother that appears to us every time she
Oh,
sees one. Yeah.
and she's very appreciative. She's smiling at you. She's smiling at you.
Yeah, they are smiling at me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spirits, the abuelas, my abuela Raquel, my abuelo Rosendo. We're very spiritual people.
Yes.
I like to believe that it's them, the spirits who are smiling at us.
Yes.
Above and through these animals who are conduits, they're conduits to the earth, and if our souls are like spatial, like they say they are, they weigh 7 grams, our souls,
Yes.
I guess, and I believe that those 7 grams can travel, and they can move into entities as the messengers, right? Almost
Yes.
like angels coming down. Angels coming into our lives.
Angels descending. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Because we're not aware of other dimensions. I don't want to get too deep on you, but anyway. But there are other things besides life. There's the natives always believed when we were born, we actually died. When we die, we are born.
Reborn.
And that's really crux of Dia de los Muertos,
Mm-hmm.
is that whole belief system and how we turn it around. Because people say, we die, he's gone, see you later, next, and that's not it. We really are born again. We live again, and even in deep Christianity thought and culture, that belief is there. But somewhere along the line, we get misconstrued and believe that our nature is stopped, has hindered, that person is gone forever. And we don't realize that that's not true.
Yes.
Because one day we're on the same train, and one day we'll meet that person,
Yes.
in another world, that we don't live here forever. And the natives also believe that this life, what we have right now, is a dream, that it is something that we move through, and that we only see in one dimension, the reality of things in front of us, but that there's other things that we can't see. But anyway, and so that all has to do with Dia de los Muertos too, because it is a reverential custom,
Yes.
to remember that our lives are not forever, that it's only temporary,
Right.
and that we move on,
That's why we got to make the best of our lives and live every day like it's the last day of your life, right?
That's right.
Gotta stay positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to live in a spiritual manner, to find that essence that the Great Spirit, that God, that Yahweh, whatever you want to call that Spirit, put in us as divine creatures. Because we have divinity in us. How do we call upon that divinity? It's by spiritual practice, which our ancestors did.
Yes.
I believe my grandparents lived in that spiritual realm. And then once we came here, we thought, okay, spiritualism only happens on Sunday,
Right.
But it's really it's really an everyday
It's
thing.
every day in your life. Yes.
That's it. Bottom line, it's every day of our life.
Yeah.
And so that has to do with Dia de los Muertos, because the whole message is, how will the living, right, remember its ancestry, its grandparents, its mother, their mother, how will they revere them? Today we have convalescent homes. That's such a contradiction to Dia de los Muertos. It's like we're packing the convalescent homes, living assistant homes, or whatever it is, that we're putting people in, and we're saying, well, you'll stay there. I don't have to bother with you anymore.
No,
Right?
it's important. It's imperative that we continue to take care of our own. And you know what? I'm taking care of Mama right now, and I'm enjoying it. I am learning so much from her. And I keep thinking, I wish my sisters would come around a little more often, take her out, because Mama is reliving some of her past and her youth. And when she does that, it's amazing some of the things that she's sharing with me today. And here I am taking notes, because I'm thinking this is important information. I need to be able to share this information with, the siblings, my siblings. And so this is quality time with Mom. And, I value it. I value it. She's amazing, She's 85 years old and still runs circles around me. I kid you not. She's out there gardening constant. She's not happy until she gets out there and takes care of her plants. And, it's something that she looks forward to every single day. At hot time, I tell her, okay, Mama, you got to stay indoors. You cannot stay out there when it gets really, really warm. So early mornings or, in the evening, she's out there and she's taking care of her roses and she's just loving it. Yeah. So
it is a learning experience, huh?
Yes, it is. And I'm learning so much from her, She's got these green thumbs. You give her a dead plant, she will, revive it,
Yeah. I'm actually living with my parents and I get to see their ideas, especially my father's. My mother's too, but my father's in the yard, you begin to see how he thought,
Yes.
And think, wow, that's amazing.
It is.
He thought about that, and he has good ideas. I told him, Dad, he has good ideas. And my mom and how she organized, like, all the files and stuff.
Yes.
They're more organized than me, man. I'm thinking, Mom, you're a great file clerk, man. I go, she had everything categorized. And you can actually see, right? You can actually see how the wheels fell off.
Yeah, how it all works.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now they had all their statements filed, but there's like these statements are all the last like year or so. It's all scattered. You can tell that they're having then medical issues. Really, medical issues. My mom has dementia, and you can tell that she just forgot.
Yes.
She forgot what she was doing. What did I used to do? I used to file, and you can see that. You can see when it happened.
Yes.
When the same, my father's statements are like, they're not there. So I go, so we have to dig them up and piece them together.
Yes.
And you get to see how their household worked. And now it's back in order. We've been able to bring it to a certain order, and it's really, they feel very, very happy. And I think that's what's sustaining them,
Yes.
But you do learn a lot. You're right about that. You learn a lot about why you are the way you are, too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
You see a lot of mannerisms where they're coming from. But the stories that they share with you at the time. Because Mom will go to sleep and then wake up thinking that she's reliving her past as a youth, and she'll be in tears saying, oh my goodness, I lost my duck. A hunter killed my duck, and she's telling me the whole story, and she says, I thought I was really there. I'm reliving it, and she tells me the whole story from beginning to end, and this is something that happened to her when she was like 12 years old, and I'm just like amazed, that she can remember and relive that time, and it's like flashbacks, and I
tell you, when I first saw my dad in the hospital and they had diagnosed him with pancreatic cancer and he was going delirious, at the same time my uncle, at 2 years older, was going, same thing. But he had the West Nile hit him,
wow.
He almost left us, but he's still living too. But parallel experiences. But what they were both doing is they were picking at the sky, and my family was freaking out. They're like, what is he doing? And he'd say, mariposa, 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 míralo, mira, oh, ahí está mi papá. And I would say, she's thinking about when he was a child, he's going back. And you know what? And he grew up in Michoacan, right?
Michoacan, wow.
In Michoacan, and that's where it's very close to where the monarch butterfly, comes from.
Yes.
They really breed there, and then they come, they come in the summer and the spring. They come to California and all points, north of the border.
Yes.
And so he would see those monarchs, right? And so that's what he was seeing. And I told my brother, he's not going crazy. He's remembering his
Yes.
past.
Right.
And he's seen his mother and he's seen his father. Wow. And he'd say, I studied my mom. I thought, oh, he's going, he's died. But no, he's died. He's just going back
Yes.
to where he used to be.
Reminiscing. Yes.
That's what he's doing. He's reminiscing.
Yes. Those flashbacks are amazing because they take them back. I mean, they're taken back to that time. And when you're listening to, because when I listen to my mom closely, because I want to know more or less what's happening and what's, how her mind is working and, what the condition is and what I can do to help her. But all I do is coach her, talk to her, and just let her express herself. And then she'll continue to tell me the story. And I'm just amazed. And I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. Write this down.
That is,
Yeah.
And you're lucky to be at that time. And, and I would hope that, all like family members would participate in this. And they're missing so much when they don't,
That's why I keep telling my sisters, come on, girls, pick up mom, be around her more often, take her out for dinner, something, They pick her up, take her to the dentist, and then they take her out, for lunch, and which is great. But I think they should spend more time with her because the more that they spend with her, the more they're going to see and hear what she goes through. But every now and then she'll come in and she says, okay, I'm scratching my head. I came in here for a reason and I can't remember what. I said, Mom, you're not the only one this happens to. It happens to me too. But that's life. That is life. And yes, we got to enjoy our parents as much as we can. This is quality time, Pedro. And I applaud you for what you're doing with your parents. And this is something you're going to take with you. That's just so amazing, and it's so important because
and you as well, Betty, because you're with your mom too, and you were telling your sister stories of your sister. That's exact my brothers. The same thing. Then I have one sister that hasn't even come around. Only once in the last 6 weeks that I've been here, and I'm thinking, wow. Where are you?
Yeah.
And, and my parents asked me why. And I said, just because they don't have that spirit of God, of the Creator in their hearts. And that needs to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The true self is not there yet. And I go, and we'll pray for that. And we'll pray for them.
There you go.
Yes.
Something positive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully she'll come around because, like I said, this is quality time with parents, and we don't know how much time they have left in this world. And so, whatever time that you can give them, and like I call it quality time because that's what it is.
Yeah.
And so kudos to you for what you're doing with your parents. Yeah, I'm enjoying every day with mom. She amazes me sometime, at her age. And I pray that I am just as active as she is when I reach her age. I look at her and I'm just amazed. I said, Mom, you know what? You're my hero. You are my hero.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Same with my dad. Yeah. My dad is a hero. My dad and my mom, we're here, and I tell my brothers and sisters that we're here successful human beings and not negative human beings because all the things they taught us and told us. And every time they made us go to church, even though we didn't want to go, they would force us to go.
Yes.
And, thank God they did, man.
Yes.
A lot of times,
I
why
agree.
are we doing this? But it made us who we are.
Exactly.
It made us productive citizens of this country.
Plantaron la semillita at an early age, and that I'm so thankful for, because now I did the same thing for my girls. And somebody made a comment to my on Facebook and said that my girls are beautiful, but not only are they beautiful, they're intelligent, but something else that they normally do not see, and that is they have total respect for people and love. And that's something you don't see today. And that was a comment from a male. And I was just amazed. I'm like, wow, yeah. Those are my babies. I gave them everything I had, and still today.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's called spreading the love, man.
Exactly, el amorcito. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They have that in, then what they do is spread that to their friends. They just spread. And that's where willpower comes from.
Yes.
When I don't know if they're married or not, but you'll see it Are they married, your daughters? When
They
get
are
married?
dating twin boys that are very much in love with
Oh,
them, and
that,
they haven't married, no children. They finished
okay, okay.
college, and now they're working towards a career. But they are
Oh,
dating, and like I said, seems to me like the twin boys are very much in love with my girls. And I'm thinking,
gotcha.
oh, if one proposes, I know the other one's going to follow. And then I'm thinking, wow, because they're asking me, are you a grandmother? I said, no, I'm not, And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, but if they were to say yes, and if the boys do propose, can you imagine
yeah.
twins? I might have, twin babies, 4 babies at one time, grandbabies.
Uh,
That's if it happens. I'm just saying, I
yeah, no,
might
I
be
mean,
a
it'll be
grandma 4
what happened
times.
to family. You know, we'll finish school first, but you'll see it. I've seen it with my 2 older boys. They got married. And I see their plans. And I see that love that we're talking about.
Yes.
It spread through them. You could feel it. And then their friends are just like, when they see me, they're amazed to see me. They're like, they know me. They go, but it's really. And my son told me, they're more excited about seeing you than
Yeah,
going to a
you're an
wedding.
awesome person.
Me? Well, you're the star. He goes, no, Dad, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, Mijo. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see you too. And it's when I see them, it's like seeing, my other children,
Yes.
that I didn't have, but that's how you do it, man. And that's really, to me, they tapped upon like a key to life. Your daughters have done that. You tapped into the key of life, which is to spread that love,
Spread the love.
that
Yeah.
came from you,
Yeah.
And that's such a beautiful thing, to know that your daughters are walking in that light,
Yes.
that is a beautiful light to follow, which is you and your spirit with God, basically,
Yeah. Well,
Beautiful.
thank you.
Which,
Thank you, Pedro.
yeah, which has to do with Dia de los Muertos, because,
Yes.
Maya Angelou said something very important.
What did she say?
Goes, people do not remember the things you give them. They remember how you made them feel.
Feel. Exactly. I
And
agree.
I believe so
I
much.
agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
How you make them feel, And Maya tapped into something very beautiful there, that comes from an African culture.
Yes.
That is in our culture as well, because it is about how you make them feel.
Yes.
And I think if you remember the ones that you love, even teachers that you remember,
I
you
do.
remember their names. Like I remember Miss Webster in 5th grade, and one day I'm going to do an altar for her,
Yes. Me too. Cleveland Elementary, Dietrich,
Oh.
and I remember Taylor. Oh my goodness! And today, Taylor, I ran into her years ago at Stockton Unified School District, and she was one that always gave me these projects to paint, and she asked me to do this underwater scene, with all the little crabs and the little fishies and the coral and just seaweed, everything. And one time I ran into her at the Stockton Unified School District, and I said, Miss Taylor, and she looks at me, she's Betty, and she looks at me, she says, you're not going to believe this. And I said, what? She says, I still have that file where you did the underwater scene. I laminated, and I still have it today. And I was so touched. And I thought that was one of the teachers that always would give me these art projects because she knew I had an eye for art. Dietrich did too. And I thought that's so cool. And it hit me. And I'm thinking, that's when you start to develop and if they see something in you and they give you these projects because they're sharpening your tools, and I'm thinking, man, that was pretty cool. I remember that.
Yes. No, that's it. That's one of the keys right there. People bringing light into you, and you remember the negative ones. I had a 1st grader teacher named Miss Valadez. Holy moly, I thought I was in a Nazi prison camp. I didn't know what that meant, but man. So I actually wrote a poem, because even the negative ones, it will inspire you to write something or to think something, but it was about how not to make the child feel. Because I drew a picture of me going to the fair, and I was floating in the air. I guess I was trying to say, as a little boy, a 1st grader, that I was so happy because my dad wouldn't buy me a balloon, and he finally bought me. Feet were off the air. And then she showed it to the class. I thought she was going to show it off, right? and she told me how stupid. She told the class how stupid this
Ouch.
picture is. A
Ouch.
balloon can't make you fly.
Yeah.
And that sounds so bad.
Oh.
I was like, oh, bad. But I wrote a poem about that. And I wrote it to a group of people, and there were some teachers there, and they asked me, and they were white teachers, they go, that lady did that to you? I go, yeah, she did. She goes, how terrible. They tell me, I'm so sorry. I go, it's okay, I got over it, but I wrote this poem.
Oh, the drive after that. It's like, nope, I'm not going to let her get to me. So,
No.
yeah.
And what's funny is that my cousin Romero Martinez, who's a great artist, he did a mural, a gigantic mural here in Fresno at the Manchester Center. And it's a landscape of Fresno from the Sierra to the ocean, east and west.
Yes.
And what he has is he has a little boy flying with balloons over like Fresno, over the valley, really.
Yes.
Right, you know, and it's so interesting. And I go, hey, Milo, are we kindred spirits or what? You know, and he goes, why? I go, I did that with a little boy. I drew a little boy flying with balloons, you know.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's weird, man.
That's
I go,
amazing. You know, those,
it is.
the
It was
dreams,
really
flying dreams. Did you ever have one of those? Because I have.
I
And
did.
it's such a beautiful feeling. That's when you're on top of the world. You feel you're just on a high and you don't want to come down, you know. And I remember flying in the sky, but at nighttime. So can you imagine the lights? It was the most amazing feeling, floating in the air and just, you know, flying between these buildings. Everything's lit up and it's nighttime. And wow, what an amazing feeling. You just don't want to come down.
Yeah.
They always say it's
Incredible.
always the best time, something that you're experiencing that is lifting you. And
I wish as a kid I could dream.
Yeah.
I could
so if
fly.
you were having those dreams or those experiences at a young age, damn, that's pretty good.
I was. I was having those dreams, yeah.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Dia de los Muertos. Okay, so we have, 4 more minutes to go. So, altares, most important. It lets people know exactly about our loved ones, what they were all about, history,
That's right.
you know, what they've done in their life, who they impact, and how. I mean, it's Daddy. Daddy's, híjole, tiene mucha historia. Mucha gente que lo quiere. Mucha gente that still remembers him today. And I remember an officer said, you know, your daddy, everybody respects your daddy. You know why? And I said, why? He says, because come 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, he's out there picking up people all over the place, taking them to work. And los files, making them earn an honest dollar.
Yep.
And all the police officers respected him. And I thought, that is so cool. That is so cool to know. And this came from an officer. This came from a Stockton police officer. And so I held that to my heart. And I said, yes. Yes, that's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's trabajador.
Yeah, Daddy was quite the worker. Agricultura, todo su vida, all his life. And so, yeah, a lot of fun memories. So, okay. Any shout outs, any acknowledgements to anyone that has made a difference in your life, you know, and especially Dia de los Muertos?
I'd like to shout out to Casey Madrid. That's always had my back in the Stockton. She's tough. She gets things done at the Mexican Museum. I'd like to also Dana Rivera at San Joaquin Delta College Board, Steve Castellanos is on the board there, and and a few other board members that I've worked with there in the past. I'd like to give a shout out to the English department at Delta College, también, who's doing the good work and reforming, especially the new blood that's there. I'm one of the veteranos there, man. I'm like, whoa, Randy Gaines, gente que always supported me, Clarence Louis, was really involved with the Chinese community. Esa gente, they've been there by my side, man, thick and thin,
Wow, amazing.
Did I mention Governor Don Majewski? Did I mention
Governor Don?
Governor Don. Yeah,
Governor Don, he is, let me tell you, he's finished, right now he's probably slapping some concrete on where the box is going to go for the radio station in Tracy. It's going to happen in a couple of weeks. Pedro, we're gonna be on the dial. FCC's giving us our numbers, giving us permission, and we are no longer KXVS. We're the voice of San Joaquin, TVOSJ, not only audio but we're video as well, and so we're excited. Yeah, Tracy is going to be our sister station. Yo,
Yeah.
we're excited about
that's
that.
so powerful.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
So Governor Majewski, he's finishing it up. Yep.
God. Sam the Man
He's
Nunez.
amazing. Let me tell you.
Hey, in Brentwood, is Johnny Rodriguez. Johnny, he's on the city council now. He does the ODAT one day at a time. Paul Ramirez from the Nopaleros, that he gathers the brothers, the Chicano warriors together.
Yes.
Man, there's so many. And Gary Deo, the spiritual brother. And there's a guy in Santa Cruz. ¿Cómo se llama el vato in Santa Cruz? Golly, man, I can't remember his name right now. But he knows who I'm thinking about, but him, Santa Cruz, keeping it, young Chicanos in line, making sure that they
Keeping it real.
Yes.
Awesome. Such a beautiful area también.
Pastor Eddie, man. Pastor Eddie, that spins disc and get his message across to the youth. A spiritual leader, Fernando Ramos. There's so many people who have impacted my life,
Yes.
Betty,
You're going to have to
Ramirez.
pass down some of their numbers because I want to continue to interview individuals that have made a difference in people's lives and have done some amazing things. They need to be heard right here on their community radio. And so cuando puedas, me mandas los numeritos or if not their emails, and I'll send them a message, see if they're willing to give me some airtime. Yeah.
Send me a reminder because, I get busy here. I caught up in a whirlwind of Remolino. But we can't remember our literary past that has to do with Los Muertos. El cenote that in Coco comes out, El cenote, the big pool of water, that's our dreamscape. It's a symbol for that in literature.
Yes.
That Gloria developed a whole literary analysis behind that. And the Koyoshauki, too, the recreation of our energy, of our new world, of being who we are and expressing who we are. And we've been doing it. So we got to keep doing it. And thank you, Betty, for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
No,
Okay?
thank you. There's a reason why I reached out to you. And upstairs was calling, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to reach out to you. I hadn't heard from you, and I was wondering how everything was going. And I thought, you know what? I'm hoping he'll give me some airtime. Not only that, but it's always amazing to have you on the radio. Because you have so much knowledge, so much cultura, so much tradition, and I love that about you. So continue with your bad self.
Gracias.
And know that I'm always there whenever you want to share something with the community, whenever something comes up and it's important, imperative to get it out there. Aquí estamos. Okay, always remember that. This is your voice right here. This is your radio. So... And then pretty soon we're going to be on the radio dial, so that's exciting because we're going to be people are going to be able to tune in on, in the carritos, on the radio and tune into the voice of San Joaquin, TVOSJ.
FM, AM, or
FM.
We're
going to be FM.
FM.
Yes.
What number?
I will give you all that information once we get it, but it's coming. It's coming, and then they're looking at giving us another sister station. So it's going to be a total of 3 radio stations in one.
Oh, yeah. I'm so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
I know Hugo Morales who started Radio Bilingüe here in Fresno.
Radio Bilingüe.
Yeah. And he's a Oaxaqueño. I thought he was Japanese. He's a Oaxaqueño, man. He's our professor, and we're like, who's the Japanese guy? Because he's a Chicano literature, right? And he goes, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm a Japanese guy. But
Japonesito.
And he's a lawyer. Came out of Harvard, man. Harvard graduated. He started radio.
Wow.
Powerful guy. Powerful guy.
Another person to interview, definitely.
There you go.
Pásame su número, okay?
I got to call him. You reminded me. I haven't talked to him in 5, 6, 7 years. I got to call Hugo, man.
Yes. It's time. It's time.
Okay.
Muchísimas gracias, Pedro. It's always a blessing to have you on the radio. Muchísimas gracias.
Okay.
Cuídate and my love, and I'm going to continue to pray for your dad and your mom and you too. Okay?
Stop back at you. Y si se puede.
Si se puede. Con ánimo. That's right.
Órale, pues.
Cuídate,
Gracias.
okay? All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay. Adios. Okay, you heard it right here. You heard it right here at TVOSJ, the voice of San Joaquin, your community radio station. And yes, that was Pedro, Professor Pedro Ramirez from San Joaquin Delta College. Que hombre! Oh my goodness, he's got so much history, cultura, a lot of tradition. And it's always a pleasure to speak with him and to share stories because let me tell you, he's got quite the stories. But it's always an enjoyment to have him on the radio right here on Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez. So thank you so much for all of you tuning in. Do appreciate you. Some things that I wanted to mention and remind you before I get off, but the Stockton Marine Corps Club is inviting everybody to be part of their 244th, did you hear that? 244th birthday celebration. And this is a formal Marine Corps ceremony, and it's business formal, so dress to impress, right? Pictures will be taken on that day. They're going to be serving cocktails at 5, and dinner starts at 6 p.m. They're going to do the cake cutting, and let me tell you, that's a work of art. That is something to see. It's so beautiful, quite the ceremony right there. They're going to have dancing as well after dinner. And then they're going to give away some raffle prizes. The guest speaker, I'm going to do my best to see if I can interview him, and that's Lieutenant Rudy Lovato. So he's a guest speaker for that day. Saturday, November the 2nd, so write that down on your calendar. November the 2nd, Saturday, 2019. And it's going to take place at the Stockton Hilton. It's 2323 Grand Canal Boulevard, Stockton, California, 95207. Again, you can call Stockton Hilton for reservations at 209-957-9090. Again, the number is 209-957-9090. So you must also say that you're there, you're calling about the ball to get a discount rate. So there you go. Okay. Tickets for the sponsorship also. Contact SMCC. General phone number is 209-227-8008. Or you can also visit the website, smcc1988.com. One more time, smcc1988.com on their website. And the tickets seem to me pretty reasonable, okay? It will not break your pocketbook. And not only that, but you know what? Donations for the 244th birthday celebration for the Marines, the United States Marine Corps. And so, yeah, Stockton's. So can't wait. This is going to be a beautiful event to cover. And if you want more information, like I said, I'll give you the number one more time. And the number is 209-957-9090. Okay. If you need to have information announced here on your community radio station, you could leave a flyer. You can come on by and visit us. You could even send it in to thevoiceofsanjoaquin.org or thevoiceofstockton.org as well. And we will get it on air for you. No problem there. But if you'd like to do it yourself, we'd be more than happy to have you. Okay? All right. So there was something that caught my eye on Facebook, and it said volunteers are not paid, which is true. Not because they are worthless, but because they are priceless. And that is so true. So true. Look what happened. 3 years of volunteer time right here in the radio station. We are now going to go on the radio dial, FM. So we're excited about that. It's going to happen in a couple of weeks. Things are happening here at the radio station. We are so happy that that's going to finally take place. And so, yeah, definitely if you want to come on board, this is still the time for your business, for your event, for your product. Please give us a call right here, 209-467-4455. Let's make it happen. Let's get you on the calendar. Let's get you in here so you can introduce what you have to the community. And not only that, but know that we are on all social media. Yeah, all social media. So I'm talking Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. So definitely subscribe, okay? Yes, community radio all the way. We are here for the people, by the people, okay? Remember that. We are your voice. All you have to do is give us a call, come on by, and share, what's happening in your life, what is affecting you, what is not, what changes you would like to see here in the Stockton area, San Joaquin. Voice your voice. Be loud, be heard. It is your right, right? All right. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nonprofit radio. If you'd like to underwrite any of the programming around the clock, because we have a variety of programming, please do so. You could sponsor, you could underwrite, you could make a donation. You can send it in at the Voice of San Joaquin, 231 Bedford Road, Stockton, California, 95204. Again, you could send it to the Voice of San Joaquin, 231 Bedford Road, Stockton, California, 95204. All right. So that's all the information that I have there. But, there's one more. This one here is Community Partnership for Families of San Joaquin. It's a multicultural health and resource fair. And this is something that's been growing for the past 7-8 years. I was part of it for about 2-3 years, and I loved everything about it. So this is an invitation to all of you that's listening. They want you to attend. They're going to be giving information on nutrition, free information on health education, raffles, community resources, entertainment from many cultures, and more on that day. And it's October the 5th. It's just Saturday, 2019 at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Lord's Gym City Center. And that's in Stockton, California. The address there is 848 East Hammer Lane, Stockton, California, 95210. More information on that, give them a call at 209-373-2481, 209-373-2481. And again, this is from the Community Partnership for Families of San Joaquin, and the admission is free. And another one is the San Joaquin County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is inviting everyone to attend the 17th Annual Student Financial Aid and College Awareness Workshop, and that's taking place at the University of Pacific Ag Spinal Center, and that's 1178 Larry Heller Drive, Stockton, California, 95211. Sunday, October the 20th, 2019. Registration begins at 8 a.m., and you're not going to believe this, but they're going to be giving away two high school students $1,000 scholarships. Can you believe that? Not 100, not 2, not 3, not 500, but $1,000 scholarships. Not only that, but they give away laptops, all sorts of freebies, all sorts of freebies to make life easier while your student gets good education. So this is definitely something that you want to take your whole family to, get them used to it, and let them grow with this. Of course, this is access to online free federal student aid, FAFSA, with one-on-one assistance filling out financial aid forms for all the families that do not know how to do that. You'll be able to have that one-on-one, and they will walk you through it, okay? Scholarship information, financial literacy, California Dreamers Workshop. Did you hear that, Dreamers? California Dreamers Workshop is there for you. College prep workshops for grades 6th grade to seniors to 12th grade. Service available in multiple languages. Did you hear that? That means you. Yes, multiple languages. All right. Again, Sunday, October the 20th, 2019. Registration starts at 8 a.m. More information on that, please give them a call at the University of Pacific at 209-946-7705. University of Pacific at 209-946-7705. Y para las personas que hablan español, este es algo que va a ser grandísimo. Y si quieren aplicar unas becas para sus niños, para sus estudiantes, pueden llamar al número de teléfono 209-946-7705 para que así puedan aplicar y saber cómo llenar las formas FAFSA para que así pueden recibir dinero que es gratis, ¿verdad? Para becas, para que así puedan continuar con su educación. Eso es muy importante. Es el 17 taller anual sobre ayuda financiera y preparación para asistir a los colegios. Eso es importante. El número de teléfono para más información es 209-946-7705. 209-946-7705. Y luego van a tener también una feria que va a ser de salud multicultural, feria de recursos. Use a nosotros y disfrute de sorteo educación para la salud, información nutricional, recursos comunitarios, entretenimiento a todas culturas y más. También van a tener rifas. Es por la comunidad partnership para familias en el condado de San Joaquín. Octubre, este es este sábado, octubre el 5, a las 10 de la mañana hasta las 2. Va a ser en el Lord's Gym City Center, 848 Oeste Hammer Lane en Stockton, California, 95210. Más información, llame al número de teléfono 209-373-2481. Otra vez el número de teléfono 209-373-2481. Y este evento es muy importante porque cuando uno tiene diabetes y uno no sabe, aquí pueden decirte si lo tienes o no. También ayudan con dental, ayudan con presión alta, ayudan, bueno, este taller es todo gratis, ¿okay? No cobran para la entrada. Es todo gratis y si puede traer sus familias o amigos o alguien para que así puedan venir a participar y ser parte de este evento tan importante de salud, sería bien. Ok, pues muchísimas gracias. Soy Betty Ramírez, aquí en su radio comunitaria, La Voz de San Joaquín. Nos pueden encontrar a 209-467-4455. Cuando quiera tiempo en el aire, solamente me llama. Ok, tengo el calendario abierto y cuando usted quiere un tiempo en los días lunes a viernes 4 a 6, podemos darle ese tiempo para así puede presentar su negocio, su producto, sus eventos, lo que usted tenga. Si tiene recursos para la familia, hasta más, ¿ok? Nomás llámenme al número de teléfono 209-467-4455 y ya pregunten para Betty Ramírez, ¿ok? Sabor Latino. La programa Sabor Latino, también tenemos La Voz en los sábados, también tenemos Noticias y Algo Más con el profe Cortés, ese es lunes y miércoles 4 a 6 para noticia exclusiva, que ni siquiera Telemundo tiene esa noticia, ¿verdad? Somos un número 1 en esa área y gracias por Ismael Palacio Cortés, mi profe. Bueno. Ahí tiene toda la información y también para los viernes tenemos Latinos Like to Spanglish. Ahí es donde tenemos un programa donde se habla inglés y español. Bueno, también ahí puede traer su información entre la hora 4 y 6 de la tarde. Ok, bueno, pues muchísimas gracias por tu tiempo. Este es Betty Ramírez y no se le olvide Día de los Muertos. Mexican Heritage Center siempre tienen algo allí y parece que van a tener una fiesta grandísima de Día de los Muertos para que así toda la gente pueda saber cómo festejamos las vidas de nuestros seres queridos, ¿verdad? Con los altares y todo lo que hacemos para ese día. Ok, bueno, pues muchísimas gracias de Betty Ramírez en Sabor Latino. Muchas gracias por su audiencia y vamos a seguir con otros programas aquí, pero acuérdese que esta radio es de ustedes, para ustedes, es su voz de ustedes y quiero que usen su voz para que se oiga fuerte porque ese es su derecho. Muchísimas gracias. Es Betty Ramírez. Hasta pronto. Betty Ramírez signing off. Take care. God bless. I shall see you tomorrow.